Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to the wonderful world of Excel. Okay, today I'm going to show you a new type of function which we use to calculate payments based on interest rates and the number of years or periods that you're using to pay off a loan or some value at that rate. Okay, that's done by using the PMT function, which is the format is given right here. It takes three arguments. The first one is the interest rate per period, whatever period that is, months, years, minutes, number of periods, and the last argument is the principal amount. That is the amount that's being financed. Okay, so looking at this example up here, here's our principal amount, here's our annual interest rate, and we're going to try different values for the annual interest rate, and here is the number of years that we'll have to pay off this principal, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to try different alternatives here. Okay, and let's take note here that we're making payments yearly. All right, maybe that's impractical, but it's going to complicate things, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay, let's calculate the yearly payments. This isn't too hard. Equals PMT. The first is the interest rate per period. Click on that. Second argument is the number of periods. Now it's an annual interest rate, so the number of years, annual interest rate, they're in the same units, years. All right, so select that, then a comma, and the principal amount is right here. Poof. Okay, so in order to pay off $12,500 at a 6% interest per year, they're going to have to make $4,676 and some change payments every year for 3 years. So if you multiply that together, you'll see that 3 times this is larger than $12,500, but that's because of the interest, of course. Now, you'll notice that this number is in parentheses. Now remember, in the currency format here, negative numbers are given in parentheses. Okay, so what that tells you is that the PMT function returns a negative value. That's not unusual, because the way it's normally used is to deduct those payments from the principal amount every time a payment is made. Okay, so it's not unusual to have it return a negative value. However, when you're looking at it in a table and you're just looking to see what your payments are going to be, you might be a little might look a little strange to see negative numbers there. So just go ahead and go back in here. It's easy to fix. Put a minus sign in front of it. There, it's positive. Okay, now since I want to try all these different things, I want to yank this down and see if it works. Is it going to work? I think your first instinct is to say no, which is right, because you'll probably notice that some of these references have to be absolute and some of them have to be relative. This obviously isn't right for 4. Okay, what went wrong there? Well, when I'm pulling this down, do I want the 3 to become the 4 to become the 5? Yes, I do want that to go down. However, the 6%, do I want the row to change as I pull this down? The 6% becomes nothing, and then it becomes this right here. Obviously not what we want to do this. So every time we're referencing this cell up in here and we're pulling down, we do not want the rows to move. Okay? But it's okay if these rows move in column B. Alright, the last one is principal amount. When we pull that down, do we want the rows to move? Absolutely not. It would move down into a blank space. So the function wouldn't be referencing anything meaningful after the first one. Okay, so let's ask ourselves again. Column C, as I pull it down, do I want the rows to move? We already said no. As I pull column B down, do I want the rows to move? Do I want B5 to become B6 when I pull it down? Yes. You want that 3 to become a 4 and then a 5. So I'm going to leave the rows alone in B5. But in B1, obviously when I pull that down, I don't want those rows to move either. So I'm going to put $1 in front of the row on B1. Now, when I pull it down, ka-ching, these look like meaningful answers. 5 times 2,900 something. That's a little over 12,500 bucks. That looks about right. Now, we're also going to pull this formula to the side. Ding, ding, ding. Something went wrong there. Okay. Well, we considered pulling it down, but we didn't consider pulling it to the side. Okay, so we have to ask ourselves those questions again. All right. Now, I got part of my dollars in place. Let's look at the principal amount. When I pull this to the side, do I want the column to change? B to C to D? No, absolutely not. So that needs $1 in front of that B, right? B1, the principal amount. I don't want that moving around anywhere. All right. Now, what about B5? B5 is right here. This is recording the number of years, column B. When I pull this to a side, do I want the column B to become column C and D? No, the number of years is stored here. When you pull it to the side, you do not want the column B moving to column C when you move it to the side. Okay, so up here, I'm going to put $1 in front of the B. And let's just check this last reference, C$3. Okay, C3. When I pull this across, C$3, that's representing this cell right here. When I pull this across, do I want the column to change? C to D to E to F to G and so on? Definitely yes. Okay, so this one is fine as it is. C$3. Because I do want the columns to change as I pull this formula across. All right, now I'm going to pull them all across again, and this is how you pull multiple items across. You go to you highlight them first, and then select the fill handle, and drag it across. Yikes! I must have missed something there. What did I miss? Huh? Oh. I didn't pull it down first. The only one I edited was this one here. I'm going to pull it down first. Here I get the same answers because we had already arranged the rows to work correctly. You see that? It's different than it was before. It's the edited version. Now that I pulled it down, now I'll pull it across. There. So I wasn't messing with you. I was just messing with myself there. Messed that up. Okay. That's good. That's how you do the payment function. This is based on annual, yearly payments. Now, if we change this to monthly payments or daily payments, God forbid, we have to change this formula. Okay, we'll do that in the next video.